Gavin Newsom, appearing with tear-filled eyes and snot pouring out of his nose, is not edited, as it's directly from his live stream regarding the riots in Los Angeles.
It's time for all of us to stand up. Justice Brandeis, you said it best. In a democracy, the most important office, with all due respect, Mr. President, is not the presidency.
He really thinks this monologue will make him president when all he looks like is an emotional imbecile. Where even the—
Wait, you're telling me he's gonna run for president? Oh, hell no. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, after his track record with the consistent fucking up. Like recently, we've had the fires, horrible job done with that. And then now the riots, horrible job done with that. What do you think he's gonna do with the country? This is horrible. Oh my god, man.
Bear looks embarrassed for him. Now, he did upload a slightly revised version of his video, color corrected to make him look less pathetic.
Today, we sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles.
But that request was quickly rejected by a federal judge, as something must be done about the riot.
Oh, turn that one down. Nice try, Gavin. Couldn't get through on that one, huh?
Request was quickly rejected by a federal judge,
Got shut
as
down.
something must be done about the rioters trying to take down helicopters, going back onto the freeway to block traffic for a second day straight. With idiots in movie masks waving around blades, this is getting out of hand fast. So good thing the U.S. Marines are in the city, training to take on rioters and Roman phalanx.
Dude, this is like football practice, but like for riots.
Formations.
For handling riots. Oh my god, wow. Look at this, man. I love to see
it. It may
that
seem a little extreme, but as seen in Arizona, these exact tactics are already defeating ICE security.
This reminds me of like feudal times, like learning about like the formations they did during like feudal times and like the formations that like the Romans did when I was in like the 7th grade. That's what this reminds me of right now. Oh my fucking god.
Whoa. So no wonder Trump is looking into other measures. Now I know that last demonstration has nothing to do with the protests. It's just humorous to think these liberal activists really think they have the capability to defeat the military, as the LA mayor won't even allow the local police to go.
So you're telling me that the political group that outspokenly hates the Second Amendment and does not like when people bear arms, and especially when people have rifles, you're telling me that they can defeat the military? I don't know, man.
Go full force, and now Trump has more military in Los Angeles than Syria and Iraq combined. I know that article is trying to slam him for that decision, but
I want to see those numbers again. So he's deployed more troops to LA to curb protests than the combined numbers stationed in Iraq and Syria. Damn! With around 4,700 personnel on the ground, the move has drawn backlash from California officials. Yeah, it's pretty clear that things have gotten out of hand there. The police aren't able to handle things properly because there either isn't enough of them or they're not ready for the situation because it's massive and intense. So we need the troops out there. I have no idea why they don't want them there, because it's pretty clear they can't handle things. So this is why we have to send them over.
Iraq combined. I know that article is trying to slam him for that decision, but the majority of Americans actually want that and have our tax-funded military protecting our property and stop trying to police other countries in the Middle East. Now I could play the—
Yeah, the whole Apple store got looted. Police cars are having bricks thrown at them, being destroyed to pieces, blown up and lit on fire. And you're telling me that the troops don't need to be there? Yeah, you gotta be shitting me.
The rest of Governor Newsom's 8-minute speech, but he literally said nothing of substance.
Donald Trump's, Donald Trump's, Trump, Donald Trump, president.
Damn, Cheetah Man's living rent-free in Newscom's head.
President, dangerous, anxiety, afraid, traumatizing, threat, feared, anxiety, fear, anxiety.
More of that same orange man bad fear-mongering that lost them last election.
Orange
when
man
what LA
bad.
residents are really afraid of is the Democrats' inability to keep them safe. As this is footage from my friend that lives in downtown driving around his place today. As just last night he got put under a curfew where he wasn't allowed.
Oh. Yeah, I heard about that. That sucks. 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then it's like all those like restaurants and businesses say there's like, you own like a bar. Now you have to close earlier. All the business on a Friday and Saturday night. Now it's done this weekend because there's a curfew. Because people can't behave. And obviously the police can't handle it. And people are just breaking shit and hurting people left and right and flooding the streets with violence.
Allowed to leave his room, and into the next day even his gym will close down before the sun goes down.
Oh my god. His gym is gonna close down 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Dude, there's a lot of people that go to the gym after 8. Like, there's a pretty decent population. Like, you would be surprised. That's absolute BS, dude.
The next day even his gym will close down before the sun goes down, with local business owners repeating Passover.
Is that an Italy flag? Were they trying to paint the Mexican flag? Let me look up this. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Green, white, red. Oh my god. And then what's the Mexico flag? Oh no, never mind. They weren't finished. They weren't finished. They weren't finished. They weren't finished. They didn't add the thing in the middle. If they added the thing in the middle, it would have been the official thing. So they're probably going to add the thing in the middle. Never mind. Scratch that.
Painting their storefront with the Italian flag, with some of them even waiting inside, holding their pump action protest preventer, but
oh, what did he say?
Even waiting inside, holding their pump action protest preventer, but no.
The pump action protest preventer. Ooh, damn.
Over painting their storefront pump.
Oh my god, you do not want to mess with that double pump, dude. He's got that double pump ready to
action
go, bro.
Protest preventer.
Oh, and he has a Mexico flag on his shirt. So he's trying to make sure that his people that are of his own race and nationality, or I mean that are of his own race and culture, don't rob his store and shit. That's pretty sad.
But no mainstream news networks will show you the third world living situations in the city. They're too busy rebroadcasting Newsom's ominous warning about how this is Trump's fault, as simultaneously the governor is tweeting out messages in Spanish with his English version.
What the fuck? The parents is something of the nation. They don't live something for to present this moment. It's the time of everyone to clean their piece. I don't know. I didn't get this wrong. I wish my wife was here, but I did get a decent amount.
Simultaneously, the governor is tweeting out messages in Spanish.
Dude, this is so fucking cringe, bro. You know damn well he can't pronounce jack shit from this. You know he probably doesn't even know, like, half the words. This is a joke, man.
Spanish, with his English version saying, "It's time for us to stand up peacefully." And I don't really like the word dog whistle, since the left overuses it for everything. But remember, Governor Newsom and friends classified this as peaceful. So it almost seems like that
totally
tweet is a wink and a nod to keep rioting, and these idiots are listening. As remember, these riots are coordinated on places like Reddit, where they openly admit this is how they're activated.
How did you know this was happening?
Reddit.
Oh my... just said it. Reddit. Oh my god, man. Dude, Reddit. Oh, Reddit's gross, bro.
This is how they're activated.
How did you know this was happening?
Reddit.
He said it with such determination, too. Dude, Reddit is just full of radical leftists. Like, you say, like, one thing good about Trump or anything conservative, you're cooked. You're done. You're banned from that subreddit. And even a lot of subreddits, if you're part of Osmongold's subreddit, they can see that and it will ban you just for being a part of his subreddit. Oh my god, there are a bunch of crybabies on there, dude.
So places like r/Los Angeles requests, users post what hotels ICE agents are staying at, saying, give them a taste of their own medicine and take it to them where they're sleeping.
Oh my god, dude, these are threats towards federal agents. Oh my god. What the fuck are these people doing? Self-incrimination, wow.
It's insane to me how sloppy these idiots are, as that original poster that I censored their username is coordinating some pretty dangerous things, or even a cursory glance at their posting history.
Tell the FBI.
They mentioned what city they live in that can barely even be considered LA County, but also a complaint they recently made to their city, and a very specific city job they applied for, and how they left a few voicemails inquiring about specific things. It is going to be so incredibly easy for the feds to identify and charge you.
Oh my god. So they added all the footnotes to make it easy to track them down. I guess this is what that person wanted.
Intelligence isn't their strong suit, as a rumor came out of ICE staying at a certain hotel. So other idiots started echoing it in that original.
They're going around posting their hotel. Dude, this is so... fucking harebrained, dude.
Reddit thread, only for their own city council to come out and confirm that was 100% false. But that didn't stop them from brigading the hotel with bad reviews. And those idiots actually did it. Stop them from brigading the hotel with bad reviews. And those idiots.
They review bombed the hotel because they heard that ICE agents were staying there. What the actual fuck? Oh my god, what a bunch of weirdos.
It actually did it, giving them several 1 out of 5 reviews on Google.
What is this housing ICE? This hotel had the worst guest and it was ice cold. It always felt like you were in danger with the clientele that came here. Do not stay. Cold, ice cold, not a place to bring your family. Shame the quality drop. Has bed bugs, rats, and bootlicker. Oh my god. This is... what the fuck? These are the people. These are the people that want you to be on their side, that want you to stand with them. Yep.
Google, even going on Yelp to do the same.
Totally open-minded, right? Yeah, the left is totally the open-minded party. For sure.
Well after the rumor was proved to be fake, and then upvoting the next rumor they have zero confirmation of. This is what happens when you have more emotions than information. You can be manipulated into attacking innocent employees because Reddit demanded it, just like when that other local Reddit freaked out about ICE showing up to their...
Protect your people. My husband just left for work and saw 10-ish Sprinter vans, not 10, 10-ish. Sprinter vans at the DIY car wash on Leicester Highway with a ton of guys in SWAT gear hanging out. No idea where they are planning to head from there, but he said it didn't look good. Stay safe, stay vigilant, protect the people you love. He's obviously said fuck ICE. Edit, this was an incredibly poor time Make-A-Wish situation. I stand by my decision to report it, as CIMA has reported similar instances in recent days, and the escalation of the government's use of force against lawful citizens has increased. Dude, this is such fucking harebrained shit. Harebrained dumbass. HBI Charles, if you're watching this video, this is some absolute harebrained shit, dude. Oh my god, bro. You're absolutely brainwashed, man.
Schools, only for it to be a SWAT team fulfilling a Make-A-Wish dream for some sick kid. They don't care if they march the mobs in to stop.
Oh, I get it now. So it was a Make-A-Wish thing. He said, so this person, the wife suspected that these people in SWAT gear were ICE, but it was actually
Reddit
a
freaked out about
Make-A-Wish
ICE showing
thing
up to their
for
school,
child.
only for it to
Wow.
be a SWAT team fulfilling a Make-A-Wish dream for.
Oh my gosh. He wanted to be the kid had a Make-A-Wish dream of being a member of the police department SWAT team, and they thought that it was ICE and started posting to Reddit, encouraging people to find where this is going on or what's going on. That's crazy, man.
For some sick kid. They don't care if they march the mobs in to stop a leukemia patient from playing with the cops or destroying the business of a random hotel. These people are insane, sacrificing the innocent to protect wanted criminals.
No doubt.
But lying is in line with everybody, including the LA mayor.
Oh god, don't even get me started on this one. Total bozo. Hairbrain.
I think that the idea that what is going on here is chaos and we need federal intervention is just not accurate.
Blaming everything on Trump.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that one. From other receipts and the footage we see online, I'm calling big bullshit. Dude, it's like, it's so crazy how Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, like, their shit stinks so hard. Yet they try and act like it doesn't whatsoever. It's totally insane. They just show so many signs and traits of just being oblivious people. It's crazy. And people keep on voting for this too.
By the White House, the reason why, we don't know.
And even though this is her failure, cleaning up the mess and the damage is the citizens' responsibility.
We are 1 year away from the World Cup. This is about beautifying our city and bringing our city together. And so I am calling on...
Yeah, stop breaking shit and stealing from businesses like the Apple Store and destroying them. Let's start there. Let's start policing those people and arresting them. Oh, wait, we had to send the National Guard so we can do that. Oh, actually, oh, wait again. You guys didn't want that, and now you're pissed off. So I wonder how we're going to get things cleaned up for the World Cup then. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is then.
Business leaders,
if that's all the conclusions, we're kind of at a lost point there. We're at a dead end.
Community leaders, faith leaders to come together downtown in preparation for the World Cup, and now we are called on to direct that citywide. We need people from all over the city to come to downtown and to help with this effort.
I'm so glad I finally left Los Angeles, as a mayor has the audacity to say, there's no riots, there's no violence.
I'm so glad I left Los Angeles, dude. Fucking based.
By the way, I need you to clean up after these violent riots.
Based.
And if these were just peaceful protests, why is she implementing a curfew?
That I have declared a local emergency and issued a curfew for downtown.
Yeah, if it's so peaceful, why is there a curfew? That doesn't make any sense. You're trying to keep people inside during those hours, clearly for a reason, because you think it's dangerous in this current time if they're out past that hour. So how is it peaceful? How is the Apple Store peaceful? Dude, I can't stop thinking about the Apple Store, man.
Los Angeles.
And even as the first night of lockdowns began, the rioters aren't law-abiding, so they'll continue to do whatever they want. And even with massive amounts of LAPD in the streets, they still had difficulty enforcing it.
These people will do anything to virtue signal and get their social and public brownie points to show that they stand up for this cause, like they're this like great person, part of this like huge like movement, like it's something historical, but in reality they're just ruining their life and putting felonies on their record. So yeah, have fun with that.
Anything. I love how this cowboy copper snatches this guy's Mexican flag, as this specific order must have been given where OC police say, this isn't that country.
I don't know why they're waving the Mexican flags, because the point that they're waving them in this protest is like because of their opinions on the deportations. That's why they're flying the Mexican flag. So it's like, if you're so proud to be Mexican and you really like the flag of Mexico, then I think it would be in your best interest to go to Mexico. from what it seems, if you're flying the flag you're so proud, it seems like that would make you happy and that you would enjoy that more. If you don't enjoy this country, then, you know, simply said, you can get the fuck out. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
And maybe I'm just hating, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was just a directive from Mayor Bass, not to represent America, but to change the optics of the rioters, where CNN cuts off if you even speak about the violence.
They are ruining local small businesses, smashing storefronts, and threatening
America, but to change the optics of the rioters, where CNN cuts off if you even speak about the violence.
They are ruining local small businesses, smashing storefronts, and threatening the safety of the very community that...
All right, we were listening to the Los Angeles...
Oh my god! They cut it off. They're like, cut it! Cut it! Stop it! Stop it! She's saying way too much. Stop it! Oh my god.
Off if you even speak about the violence.
They are ruining local small businesses, smashing storefronts, and threatening the safety of the very community that...
All right, we were listening to the Los Angeles...
Her power level was too high for them. Oh my gosh, man. She was going over 9,000. It was way too much. They were feeling like rabbits.
And the Los Angeles Police Commissioner.
And the ladies from The View with their shoe-sized IQ
not
also deny the violence.
Shoe-sized
about
IQ.
5 people that live in LA, that work in LA, and they said that these protests were very, very orderly. They weren't violent, and they occurred in about a 4-block radius.
So now their target demographic is getting all dolled up and perfectly framing their favorite assets to reiterate those same NPC talking points.
People are literally getting seized and deported without the freaking due process. Like,
everyone who felt comfy enough to out themselves that they voted for Trump back in January, they're dead silent.
I did. No.
Thinking about what's going on. Think about what has been going on that causes something like this to go on.
because what do you mean you're not absolutely...
Why don't you take a nap and turn off your fucking phone? How about we start there?
horrified by what's happening right now?
And people crying doesn't elicit any amount of empathy from you. I'm so sorry, but you might be the problem.
If watching families being ripped apart does not appeal to your humanity, let me try and appeal to you financially, because these mass ICE deportations are bad for the economy. They are overrepresented in jobs that you do not want. Things that have little benefits, long hours, backbreaking work with no pay. For example, about 42% of the agricultural workforce...
She really thinks she's proven how virtuous she is, but she's actually just fallen back on...
So she's an economical expert. We need to listen to her now. She knows everything about the economy. We need to follow their side. She's correct about everything, guys. Totally.
That old Democrat bigotry of who will pick the crops.
Why are you shipping these?
Yo, remember back when they had slaves? There were probably people that were like, oh wow, like, you know, who's gonna farm all the crops and pick the cotton because we're not gonna have slaves? Well, here we are today, and we have farmers that grow cotton. There's no slaves, thankfully, and they're able to farm their own stuff. So yeah, here we are. I don't know how that happens.
Immigrants up north, we need them to pick the crops.
What immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants. Right. We done picking cotton.
We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses because...
What the hell? I think that she said, we done picking cotton. That's what Jasmine Crockett said. Well, if you're talking about the black population, I think that they have been done picking cotton for a very long time. Relatively close after the Emancipation Proclamation from Abraham Lincoln. So I think that is over according to the facts. That's just what they taught me in school.
Right. We done picking cotton.
We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses because we don't have enough people.
Is this just pro?
Well, that's all the illegal immigrants are good enough for, is just to wipe our asses. That's all we want them for, is just to wipe our asses. That's what this lady said right here. Or no, if I said that, she'll probably get mad because I misgendered her or something and try to cancel me and cause like a whole bunch of crazy liberals to try and blow up my Twitter or something. Just kidding. Who gives a fuck?
To wipe our asses because we don't have enough people.
As this just proves that Democrats only see them as their shiny new serf class, only here to make picking crops and cleaning butts a little cheaper for themselves.
Exactly. They just want to bring them in, and they see them as that, obviously, and they just want to use them for votes.
Laptop class. But the scary situation here is they aren't the only foot soldiers that the Democrats are recruiting essentially for free, as Governor Newsom seems to be activating cells in other cities to start rioting.
California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next.
And they did.
Oh my. He's encouraging it. Oh my God. He wants this to happen everywhere.
Up to Seattle is starting to see unrest. Down over to Denver is seeing their own protests. And across the country to New York City sees the same riots, as basically every single liberal city in the country will now do the same. And
I'm near DC. I haven't seen any dumb shit happening in DC, but it's only yet to come. It's only a matter of time. I said it right here.
Just like that first riot in Minneapolis, where they thought they were stopping ICE, but it was really just a drug bust, they don't really think about who they're protecting.
One person now in ICE custody is 49-year-old. The Vietnamese national's criminal history includes second-degree murder. 44-year-old, his criminal history does in fact include battery and petty theft.
So no wonder Trump is winning with these ICE raids.
Trump's net approval rating on immigration, it's gone up like a rocket. There is no issue on which
You could hear the clapping sound. I want to say it again.
So no wonder Trump is winning with these ICE raids.
This is Trump's net approval rating on immigration. It's gone up like a rocket. There is no issue on which Trump is doing so much better than he was in his first term, more than the issue of immigration. Trump is begging for a fight on this because he knows what he's doing so far is working with the American electorate.
Don't doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, so subscribe to Decoy Voice, as tomorrow the Marines are finally marching in.
That is awesome, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to Decoy Voice, man. Love his videos. This was another great one on the situation of the LA riots and protests that have been occurring in recent news.